Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today is the 6th of January, 2024. We're going to talk about billionaire problems. You know, those individuals who sits at top, looks below, and tries to move situations in their favor. You guys can see from this title, from Market Watch, who is Bill Ackman, the hedge fund billionaire who used corporate raider tactics to push out Harvard's president? What could be the problem? Let's talk about it. So you guys can see from this article posted by Lucas Alpert, January 6, 2024. Here, Bill Ackman calls for the removal of Harvard University President Colleen Gay were ripped straight out of a corporate raiders playbook. Wow, what does he mean? What is Lucas trying to tell us that this play is? Let's read down further. It was a natural approach for billionaire hedge fund manager Bill Ackman, who made his name as an aggressive activist investor. For decades, this is what the article goes into saying, he made his fortune by investing in undervalued companies. All right, cool, nothing wrong with that. Demanding change and pursuing very public pressure campaigns. This is where the corporate raider tactics is coming in. He applies pressure, looking for a change to occur into the business, often moving to oust a company's management or board of directors. So he'll come in, purchase the business, and then immediately start making changes. He tries to create or shine a light on a problem to get the situation resolved, to enlighten the business so he can make more money. So he looks for problems in the business. He does his research. He said, okay, A and B C company has a problem with their management. Let me go in and buy the business. And then that's when I'll initiate this campaign to oust the company's management, board of directors, whoever the case may be. So then I can start calling the shots. But in the case of Howard, Ackman used posts on Twitter, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter X, rather than filings with the Securities and Exchange Commission to make his case. So he's going to Twitter, the public square that Elon likes to call it, to voice his concern about Harvard and the president of Harvard, Colleen Gay, and her plagiarism. Now, him voicing his concern on X has caused many proponents to come out against him. What's the real reason as to why he's being such a staunch advocate, a loud voice on X, on Twitter, all of a sudden? All because of plagiarism? Is this what this billionaire is really going to fight for? Is it really about plagiarism? His model has been to focus on a small handful of stock investments, talk about his business, take counterintuitive bets, and then make a lot of noise, often putting himself at the center of attention. Among the investor class, he has developed a kind of a cult personality. His research on corporate situations can often be sharp and exhaustive, but sometimes his activist campaigns can shake up corporate boardrooms, turn into circuses. He has been called the Elvis of investing. Ackman's brass approach has rubbed many people the wrong way. Check this out. A decade ago, okay, all of his ventures that he's done within the hedge fund industry hasn't gone right. This paragraph goes into it right now. He lost the fight over a high-profile case, $1 billion short position that he took against the nutrition company called Herbalife. You guys remember that? If you haven't, look it up. Him and Carl Icahn was going at it with heads because Carl Icahn was actually an investor in Herbalife, and he wanted the stock to go down because he had a short position in it. So he wanted to construct a negative view of this business, Herbalife, so that his short position can actually profit. So both of these billionaires, Carl Icahn, Bill Ackman, were going at it. Bill Ackman was trying to say that Herbalife was a Ponzi scheme. He accused Bill Ackman accused Herbalife as operating as a Ponzi scheme, bringing him head to head with famed corporate raider Carl Icahn. So both of these individuals are corporate raiders. They come in and they raid businesses by buying them out, by creating negativity, by creating negative press to push down price values of these stocks, of these businesses. Because the more negativity that is perceived in the market, obviously people will try to stem away from the business, maybe sell the stock. And then that's when they'll come in and buy it at cheaper price. This is the game right here. This is the ruthless game that these billionaires play. Ackman also lost big money on Herbalife and disastrous activist position in JCPenney and Valiant Pharmaceuticals. Now, his hedge fund may have averted disaster by raising $2.7 billion of permanent investing capital in an initial public offering. So his business, Pershing Square Holdings, now has a public stock. PSH now is on the Amsterdam Stock Exchange. So you cannot purchase it here in America. I wonder why is that? Because does he not want the SEC to be involved in their books? So he had to do a public offering on a foreign entity, Amsterdam? Really? These billionaires knows how to play the game. So he didn't want to have his business be publicly scrutinized in America by the SEC, by the filings. So he went ahead and put his business, his stock listing on the Amsterdam Stock Exchange. When investors in Ackman's hedge fund started pulling their money out amid Herbalife, Valiant, and JCPenney losses, he knew that he had to do something else different. He had to go ahead and do a public offering in order to have more money. Now, the money that he raised in Amsterdam allowed him to live another day, allowed him to continue to conduct his corporate raiding. Now, this article goes on to say that it wasn't the first time Ackman had to deal with a serious threat to his business. Oh, things that you just don't know, right? He shut his first hedge fund, Gotham Partners, in 2002 after making some bad bets on a golf course. Also, he's a risk taker. I wonder what that bet instilled on the golf course. But he had to shut it down. He launched Pershing Square Capital Management 2 years after that. Now, he has taken his attention to Harvard and Claudine Gay plagiarism. That is the billionaire problem. He has decided that it is worth his time, his effort, his money to go after plagiarism. Isn't that odd? What is the agenda that Bill has with plagiarism? Is it really about that? Look at this. Bill Ackman says he'll review all, not one, not two, but all of MIT professors for plagiarism. January 5th, 2024. Really? What is he really trying to dig and search and find? What is he on the lookout for? I think because he took so much heat about his attention being focused on Claudine Gay and her plagiarism being exposed. So now he wants to look at everyone's dissertations, thesis, doctoral documents to see if they also plagiarize in their information. So if you all live in a glass house, right? And you are the first one to throw stones, don't be mad when stones are thrown back at you. Don't get upset. Don't cry wolf. Don't cry it's an attack when you were the first one to throw the stone. Now, we have Business Insider. Here it is right here. This is their article right here. Bill Ackman is ramping up his crusade against plagiarism to include the work of all Massachusetts Institute of Technology professors, after Business Insider reported on several instances of plagiarism found in academic work by his wife. No. So, Bill, you are too busy looking into other people's yards when in fact that thing that you pointed out in someone else's yard is in fact in your own backyard. Isn't that crazy? Business Insider is the one who brought this forward. So now he wants to, okay, cool. Since you want to throw a stone back at me, let me go ahead and do a crusade, a campaign to look at everyone's dissertations to see if they plagiarize. Now, we're about to see, if he really goes through this, we're about to see that everyone plagiarized. But these high institution of higher learning, they want to go on and perceive themselves as being, an academic beacon, one who likes to sit on top of the hill and for everyone to reach up and try to obtain. And what we're already seeing in just these two instances alone between Claudine Gay and Bill's wife, that everyone, seemingly majority, plagiarizes. So yeah, Bill is about to open up a can of worms. And we're about to see that this quote unquote higher learning education is not what it's made out to be. Now, Ackman recently spearheaded the campaign to get Harvard's former president Claudine Gay to resign from her position over allegations that she had plagiarized in her own academic papers. The push to get her to leave her post came after Ackman and others condemned Gay's response to the October 7th terrorist attacks by Hamas against Israel. Okay? She did resign. Cool. So if everyone is found to be a plagiarizer, they need to resign, right? Would you agree? If that's the cause that he wanted, if this is the end result of what he's trying to obtain, is to get Claudine Gay to resign from being president, then everyone else that he finds that has plagiarized their documentations in their academic papers should see the same fate, right? Everyone should see the same result if you're trying to play on an even playing field. So does that mean that his wife, Neri Oxman, here is her tweet right here of her being exposed. Now, if Bill was going to go hard at Claudine Gay, he should have gone hard, or at least checked his inner circle to see if anyone else has plagiarized first. Because then the opponent won't have a leg to stand on, because you already know that you've done your part and that everyone on your corner is right. But here's her post right here. I was forwarded an email this morning from a reporter at Business Insider who noted that there are 4 paragraphs in my 330-page PhD dissertation. Now, she's trying to minimize that. You see that how? 4 paragraphs in a 330-page dissertation. What's the point? Plagiarism is plagiarism. I don't care if it's 1 paragraph in the 6,000-page document. If you plagiarized, that is where the fault is. Now, she's trying to minimize it, but you would think, okay, if you took so much energy and effort to create a 330-page dissertation, why would you try to shortcut 4 paragraphs? If you put so much energy into 330 pages, you would think that you would have checked and made sure that your document, your pages, were academically correct. So if you failed to hold on to 4 paragraphs, don't get mad when somebody comes back and exposes those 4 paragraphs within 330 pages. Now, she even admits in this tweet that she omitted quotation marks for certain work that she used. For each of the 4 paragraphs in question, I properly credited the original source's authors. Okay, with references at the end of each of the subject paragraphs. and in the detailed bibliography and pages of the dissertation. In the 4 paragraphs, however, I did not place the subject language in quotation marks, which would be the proper approach for crediting the work. I regret and apologize for these errors. Oh, see? Now I apologize. This was in 2010. Right here, 2010, when she created that dissertation. And here it is, 14 years later. She's sorry. No, you're sorry that it was exposed. Many people, especially these in higher learning institutions, don't expect their dissertations to be scrutinized and under a microscope. But now it looked like, since Bill wants to be Inspector Gadget and look at Claudine's gay dissertations, everyone else is susceptible too. Everyone. Okay? Now, you would expect that these academic standards would be upheld at these higher institutions. Why? You guys are the beacon. You guys are the light. You guys are the standard that these other colleges want to be. But now we're beginning to see that maybe they're not what they're ought to be. Now, comes to Bill. Here's a tweet that he did. And let's look at this tweet, because now he's trying to play victim. Because his wife has been exposed. My wife was just contacted by Business Insider claiming that they have identified other plagiarism in her work, including 15 examples. Well, in her tweet, it was just 4 paragraphs. Now, Business Insider found 15 more examples in her dissertation, where she did not cite Wikipedia as a source. Understand words and the choices that people use in their words. Why would he say Wikipedia? Why? Is it because many people feel that Wikipedia is not a reputable source to cite information? Let's go, Bill. You have to understand that the internet has never lost. It's not the fact that Wikipedia is not reputable in terms of citing sources, but many of the content on Wikipedia derives their information from other content, other writings, other works from people, and they cite that. And many people, I would suspect, goes to those links at the bottom of Wikipedia pages and get their information from there, because those would be reputable. Now, look at what he says, or look at what he wrote. It is unfortunate. Oh, now he wants to play the victim. That my actions to address problems in higher education has led to these attacks. Oh, my family, attacks. Well, could not Claudine Gay say the same thing? Is she not exempt to say that she's been attacked too from Bill? But now he's trying to transform the narrative. Look at how these people play the game. They want to transform the narrative. Now it's an attack. Well, is what he did to Claudine an attack too then? Like, let's be real. If he's trying to construe and construct the narrative now into being an attack, then yeah, he attacked first. Look at this. This experience has inspired me to save all news organizations from the trouble of doing plagiarism reviews. Wow. Now he's inspired. Like I told you, this is billionaire problems. We have run-of-the-mill individuals going in and day out, working 40 plus hours a week just to give a check. And now here's Bill. He's going to do plagiarism reviews. All of the issues, all of the problems that the world has at the doorstep, he wants to focus his attention on academic review processes. You cannot make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. It's crazy to me that he now wants to use his energy, his effort, his money when Operation Varsity Blues. Have you guys heard about that? If you haven't, look it up. Because that was the college admissions scandal back in like 2019, I think, where many families would cheat, lie on IQ tests, other ACT tests, SAT scores, saying that their kids were in certain sports when there wasn't. Why didn't he place a lot of his energy in that realm, in the college admissions scandal? Check it out. I think Netflix did a documentary on it as well. If you guys got Netflix, you need to check it out there too. Because now Bill will begin a review of the work of all current MIT faculty members, President Kornbluth, other officers of the corporation, and its board members for plagiarism. Wow. We will share our findings in the public domain as they are completed in the spirit of transparency. Cool. Do it. Let's see who actually cheats in this higher education learning of MIT, Harvard, Stanford. Let's look at all of them. Let's look at all of these institutions that say that this is the place to be, that this is where the smart kids are, the intelligent kids. Let's go ahead and check it out. Matter of fact, let's look at all of the students, all of the faculties, everyone, to see who has plagiarized or not. I think that would be a good thing to do. Now, here he is. Now he has to play defense. Bill has to play defense because his wife has now been exposed on her plagiarism. A few questions. Oh, now he got questions. See, he should have asked these questions to Claudine Gay. How can one defend oneself against an accusation of plagiarizing Wikipedia? There you go. See, he likes to use these words to discredit Business Insider. Notice that. This is why the internet has never lost. Isn't the whole point of Wikipedia that it is a dynamic source of info that changes minute by minute based on edits and contributions from around the globe? Oh, so now he's trying to spin it. Look at this. Look at how they work. Now he's trying to come up with a defense as to why it's okay, or he's trying to find holes in Business Insider's expose of them noticing his wife has plagiarized her work. Has anyone other than my wife ever been accused of plagiarism based on using, there it go again, Wikipedia for a definition of a word? See, what he's saying is that Business Insider took words from Wikipedia and compared it to his wife's work of her dissertation and saying that she plagiarized Wikipedia. But as you will soon find out in the community notes, that wasn't the case. Is Wikipedia copyrighted? If so, which version? The most recent one? The previous version? Is it plagiarism when you use an online dictionary for a definition of a word or term? How can one defend oneself when one learns about a 12-page plagiarism accusation at 5:40 p.m. on Friday night when one celebrates Shabbat and you are told the article will be published shortly? In this case, 7:10. No, you don't have to defend yourself. Business Insider was just letting you know that, hey, we got something on your wife and we're about to expose. We just want to give you the heads up. You don't have to defend yourself. You can do it after Shabbat. Nobody's forcing you to reply in 2 minutes and 5 minutes after it comes out. No, Bill. You can see in the community notes. Neri Oxman did not use Wikipedia for the definition of a term, as Ackman implies here. She copied sections verbatim and represented them as her own thoughts without attribution. She didn't give credit to the people who actually said it. She didn't get it from Wikipedia. She got it from an original source from Wikipedia, the links that I told you at the bottom of these pages. And she copied it verbatim, like she didn't even change up the words. So she is a professor, right? At MIT. Claudine Gay resigned. Will his wife also do the same? And to go along with Bill's crusade campaign, not only is he going to review all the academic papers at MIT, this man is going to review the work of the reporters and staff at Business Insider for completeness. Come on now. This is billionaire problems. Billionaire problems. To focus attention on plagiarism. Now, here is the individual, Catherine Long, who forwarded this information to Bill. Here it is right here. Now, for her, Catherine Long only sent him the Wikipedia entry, right? That's all she did. She didn't give him the actual link that his wife took it from her dissertation. But look at what Wikipedia is saying. Both warp and whelp can be visible in the final product by pasting the warp more closely. It can completely cover the welt that binds it, giving a warp-faced textile such as web weave. Conversely, if the warp is spread out, the web can slide down and completely cover the warp, given the welt-faced textile such as a tapestry or a kiln rug. Here is her. That's an example right there. Here's another one. This is just the 4 that they found. She didn't give correct attribution. She didn't credit them. She put it as if she's saying it. So now you would think if he's putting this much information into Wikipedia, or at least this plagiarism, he would have gone and looked at, before he came out with his switch narrative defending his wife, he would have checked to see if what she said or what she wrote is found in one of the links at the bottom of Wikipedia, rather than going with Business Insider Wikipedia entry up here at the top. Obviously, he didn't do his due diligence, is what I'm saying. He's literally trying to say that Business Insider got this from Wikipedia and that his wife, also got it from Wikipedia, when that wasn't the case. It's also sorted and cited at the bottom of the Wikipedia page as to why it's placed in Wikipedia in the first place. Now, this is billionaire problems. Ordinary people, such as you and myself, don't have time to deal with this. I just want you to see the type of battles and fights that people with money like to go at. Could his time be used in other pointed matters? Yes. But this is what he decided to do. He has decided to fight for plagiarism. With all of the starvation, all of the theft, all of the wars, he wants to fight for plagiarism. Maybe we can actually see in this small example why the world has so many issues. Now, who am I? Who are you to say that he can't? He can. If that's what he wants to do, that is what he will do. And we will not fault him for that. But when other issues come up, you cannot be upset when the other individual on the opposite end do what they have to do. Give me your thoughts. Make sure you maintain the profitability. And as always, trade different.